Americans are changing what they buy fast. Products that seemed essential just 10 years ago are disappearing from shopping carts. Not because people can't afford them, because they don't need them anymore. Technology, changing lifestyles, and new alternatives are killing entire product categories. By 2030, these 10 products will be nearly extinct in America. Welcome to the future of America. But if you're new here, hit subscribe and drop a like. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from and what products you've stopped buying. This is the death of American consumerism as we know it. These aren't guesses. These are trends backed by data. Sales collapsing, companies panicking, entire industries restructuring. By 2030, Americans will stop buying these 10 products. Some are obvious, others will surprise you. Let's count them down, starting with number 10. Number 10, cable TV subscriptions. When's the last time you watched cable TV? For most Americans under 40, the answer is never. Cable TV is dying fast. In 2010, 105 million households had cable. Today it's 65 million. By 2030, it could drop below 20 million. Why? Streaming killed cable. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, YouTube. Everything is on demand, no commercials, cheaper, better. Cable costs $100 per month for hundreds of channels you don't watch. Streaming costs $20 for exactly what you want. Young people have never had cable. They grew up with streaming. To them, cable seems absurd. Why would you pay more for less control? Cable companies know this. They're desperately pivoting to internet services, but cable TV as a product is finished. Comcast lost 2 million cable subscribers in 2023 alone. Charter lost 1.5 million. DirecTV is shutting down. By 2030, cable TV will be a niche product for old people who refuse to change. Everyone else will have moved on. If you still have cable, you're in the minority. And that minority is shrinking every year. Number 9, physical media, DVDs, Blu-rays, and CDs. Remember buying DVDs? Going to Blockbuster or Best Buy to pick up a movie? That world is gone. DVD sales have collapsed. In 2005, Americans bought 2 billion DVDs. In 2023, they bought 50 million. That's a 97% drop. Best Buy stopped selling DVDs in stores. Target reduced their DVD sections to one small shelf. Walmart is cutting back. Why? Streaming replaced DVDs. Why buy a $20 DVD you watch once when you can stream thousands of movies for $15 per month? The same thing happened to music. CD sales peaked in 2000 at 1 billion units sold. Today, it's under 50 million. Spotify and Apple Music killed the CD. Young people don't even have DVD players. They don't understand why you'd own physical copies of movies or music. By 2030, physical media will be nearly extinct. A few collectors will still buy limited editions. But for 99% of Americans, DVDs and CDs will be obsolete. The entire physical media industry is shutting down, and it's not coming back. Number 8, landline phones. Who still has a home phone? In 2004, 90% of American households had a landline. Today, it's 29%. By 2030, it will be under 10%. Landlines are dying because everyone has a cell phone. Why pay $40 per month for a phone that only works in one room when your cell phone works everywhere? Young people have never had a landline. They don't see the point. Even businesses are dropping landlines. They use cell phones and VoIP internet-based systems instead. Phone companies are abandoning copper wire networks. It's too expensive to maintain for too few customers. AT&T has already shut down landline service in multiple states. Verizon is doing the same. By 2030, landlines will be extinct. Only elderly people who refuse to learn smartphones will keep them. But even that generation is aging out. In 10 years, landlines will be as obsolete as payphones. If you still have a landline, you're in a tiny and shrinking minority. Number 7, wristwatches. When's the last time you bought a traditional watch? For most Americans, especially young people, the answer is never. Wristwatch sales are collapsing. In 2000, Americans bought 50 million watches per year. Today, it's 15 million. By 2030, it could be under 5 million. Why? Smartphones killed the wristwatch. Everyone has a phone in their pocket. It tells perfect time. It has alarms, timers, world clocks. Why wear a watch when your phone does everything better? Young people especially don't wear watches. They grew up checking time on their phones. Wearing a watch feels unnecessary and old-fashioned. The watch industry is in crisis. Traditional watch brands like Fossil and Timex are struggling. Fossil closed hundreds of stores. Smartwatches like Apple Watch captured some market share, but those are fitness trackers that happen to tell time. They're different products. Traditional wristwatches, mechanical or quartz watches you wear just to tell time, are dying. By 2030, wristwatches will be luxury items or fashion accessories. Rolex will still exist for wealthy collectors. But affordable everyday watches? Nearly extinct. The wristwatch had a good 100-year run, but smartphones ended it. Number 6, desktop computers. Desktop PCs used to be in every home. Big towers, monitors, keyboards. Not anymore. Desktop sales have collapsed. In 2010, Americans bought 60 million desktops. In 2023, they bought 15 million. Why? Laptops and smartphones replaced them. Laptops do everything desktops do, but are portable. Smartphones handle most tasks people used to need a computer for. Email, browsing, social media, streaming. Young people don't buy desktops. They use laptops for school and work. They use phones for everything else. The only people still buying desktops are gamers who need high-end graphics cards and professionals who need powerful workstations. For average consumers, desktops are obsolete. By 2030, desktop computers will be a niche product. Gamers and professionals only. Everyone else will use laptops, tablets, or phones. Best Buy has already cut desktop displays in half. Dell and HP are focusing on laptops. The desktop era is over. Number 5, standalone GPS devices. Remember Garmin? TomTom? Those GPS units people stuck to their car dashboards? They're extinct. In 2008, Americans bought 20 million standalone GPS devices. By 2015, sales had dropped to 5 million. Today, it's under 1 million. Why? Smartphones killed GPS devices. Google Maps and Apple Maps are free, always updated, and work perfectly. Why would you pay $200 for a dedicated GPS device? Even car manufacturers stopped offering built-in GPS as an upgrade. They just integrate Apple CarPlay and Android Auto instead. Garmin and TomTom tried to pivot. Garmin now focuses on fitness trackers. TomTom makes software for car companies. But standalone GPS devices as a consumer product are dead. By 2030, the only people with standalone GPS units will be truckers with specialized commercial systems. For everyone else, GPS devices are ancient history. Number 4, paper maps and atlases. This one is already extinct, but it's worth mentioning. In 2000, Americans bought millions of road atlases and paper maps every year. Gas stations sold them. Bookstores had entire sections. Today, almost no one buys paper maps. Google Maps killed them. Why fold a giant paper map when you can have turn-by-turn voice navigation on your phone? AEI used to mail free maps to members. They stopped in 2018 because no one wanted them. Rand McNally, the biggest map publisher, filed for bankruptcy in 2011. By 2030, paper maps will only exist as collector's items or in museums. Your grandkids will look at a paper map and ask how anyone ever navigated with them. And honestly, it's hard to explain. How did we drive anywhere before GPS? Number 3, alarm clocks. Those bedside alarm clocks with glowing red numbers. Nearly extinct. In 2005, Americans bought 40 million alarm clocks per year. Today it's under 8 million. By 2030, it could be under 2 million. Why? Smartphones replaced them. Everyone uses their phone as an alarm now. It's always charged, always nearby, works perfectly. Why buy a separate device that only tells time and sets alarms when your phone does that, plus 1,000 other things? Young people have never owned an alarm clock. They don't understand why anyone would buy one. Even hotels are removing alarm clocks from rooms. They know guests use their phones. The alarm clock industry is dying. Companies like Sony and Panasonic stopped making them. The only ones left are cheap generic brands at Walmart. By 2030, alarm clocks will only exist in retirement homes where elderly people refuse to use smartphones. For everyone else, the bedside alarm clock is a relic of the past. Your kids will look at an old alarm clock in a thrift store and ask what it is. You'll explain people used to need a separate device just to wake up in the morning. They'll think that sounds ridiculous. Number 2, home printers. Remember when every household had a printer? Bulky inkjet printers sitting on desks? Those days are ending. Home printer sales have been declining for years. In 2010, Americans bought 35 million printers. In 2023, it was 18 million. By 2030, it could drop below 8 million. Why? Because people print far less than they used to. Everything is digital now. Bills, email, documents, PDFs, tickets, on your phone, boarding passes, digital wallet. Young people especially never print anything. They grew up entirely digital. The idea of printing feels wasteful and unnecessary. When people do need to print something, they go to FedEx office or their workplace. Why own a $200 printer that you use twice a year? And printer ink is a scam. A printer costs $80, but replacement ink costs $60. It's cheaper to buy a new printer than replace the ink. Companies like HP tried to pivot with subscription ink services. But it didn't work. People just stopped printing. By 2030, home printers will be rare. Only home offices and small businesses will have them. For regular consumers, printers are becoming obsolete. The paperless future is finally here. Number 1, new cars. This one is controversial, but car ownership is declining, especially new car purchases. In 2000, 17 million new cars were sold in America. In 2023, it was 15 million. But here's the key. Population grew 20% in that time. Per capita, Americans are buying fewer new cars. Why? 3 reasons. First, cars are too expensive. The average new car costs $48,000. Most Americans can't afford that. Second, ride sharing. Uber and Lyft mean many people, especially in cities, don't need cars at all. Third, remote work. If you work from home, why do you need a car? Young people especially are skipping car ownership. In 2000, 80% of 20-year-olds had driver's licenses. Today, it's 60%. By 2030, car ownership will continue declining, especially new car purchases. Instead, people will use ride-sharing, public transit, or buy used cars. By 2040, when self-driving robo-taxis are common, personal car ownership could drop dramatically. The car-centric American lifestyle is ending. 10 products Americans will stop buying. Cable TV, physical media, landlines, print newspapers, desktops, GPS devices, paper maps, checks, digital cameras, new cars. Most are already in steep decline. By 2030, they'll be nearly extinct. This isn't bad. It's progress. Better alternatives replace them. But entire industries built on these products are dying. Companies are shutting down. Jobs are disappearing. The American consumer is changing, and companies that don't adapt will die with their obsolete products. Which product surprised you most? What have you stopped buying recently? Let me know in the comments where you're watching from. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to The Future of America for more predictions about where this country is heading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.